How's it going, YouTube? And welcome back, agents. Today's simulation is a game of Assassinate on New York Brewery. I know you're all surprised that it's something other than Virginia plantations. Yay! But yeah, it's been quite a while since I made a regular commentary for you. So how have you all been? All good, I hope. Hope life is treating you well. So this match that we're watching today. Stupid Animus lady, will you please shut up while I'm trying to do commentaries? Thank you. Can you believe that woman? So yeah, this match we're watching today is a semi-competitive match. There are 3 prestige players in this lobby. Me, we've got the Fire Eater X and the Irish Rover. And the reason why I chose to commentate over this match is because not only is it semi-competitive, but it is the last match that I recorded before I hit Prestige 10. So at the end of this game I hit Prestige 10, so I thought it was a pretty good game overall, and I thought it was worth using. So yeah. Now, because it's been quite a while since I actually made you guys a regular commentary, I haven't got anything specific to talk about. The only thing I do have in mind is the new AC release that's due out next year, or this year. I just want to point out right there that at this point I didn't know what Fire Eater's abilities were, and I anticipated that he was going to smoke me because I played him a whole bunch in ACR and he was over reliant on smoke bomb, but it turns out that he is using firecrackers, poison, knives. So whether he was using smoke in the early parts of this match, I don't know, but that's why I didn't interact with him there. I just chose to take a different path. But yeah, so things that we can talk about: the new Assassin's Creed that's going to be released at the end of October this year, and I kind of want to discuss a couple of things, a couple of changes that could be made to the mode of Assassinate to reduce the amount of baiting, or to reduce the playstyle of baiting to the point where it kind of goes back to being a killing machine. And the reason why I thought I would bring this subject up is because I was watching the podcast that Luma 969, is it 969, or I don't know what the numbers are, but I was watching his podcast and it was interesting to hear people's points of view, like people that play the game mode and the developers' point of view being the people that actually made them or brought the mode to us. So, and one of the points that he raised was that it seems too geared towards defense, so getting a stun is more beneficial and then killing your target. So I want to talk about that first, like something that they could change to actually not stop but reduce the amount of people that bait, because you know yourself, you go into a lobby, you might have 1, you might have 2 other prestige players in there, and you're pretty sure that they're going to be using smoke. So I mean, the developers have given us counters to smoke, and there are other ways to counter smoke anyway, and they nerfed the ability itself for this iteration of multiplayer. But like something that might actually get rid of the whole baiting playstyle altogether would be to reduce, well, to have, like Esco said, to have an ecosystem for each mode. So something that would apply to Assassinate wouldn't apply to, say, Deathmatch or Manhunt or something like that. So one of the things that I was thinking that could be good, or that could be implemented to reduce the amount of baiting that goes on, because yeah, it's fun. Well, it's fun to go for a high score, and to get a high score you need to bait people. Well, in this current iteration of, well, in the past 2 iterations of multiplayer, baiting is the best way to get a high score. but one of the ways they could reduce that in Assassinate, and Assassinate having its own ecosystem outside of any other mode, you could reduce the number of points you get for a stun. And if you played a lot of Assassinate and you've gone for a high score a lot of the time, you would know that if you're going to bait somebody, you want to try and get the maximum amount of points out of it as possible. So for example, you want them to start a chase, so you can get a brutal escape, which is 200 points. You then get your stun bonus, which is 200 points. And you want to bait them to a blend group, so you can then get a grounded, chain, focus, hidden. And in this iteration, you could get silent as well. So one of the things they could do to change that would be to reduce the amount of points you get for a stun. So instead of it being 200, they could make it 50. With the whole people drawing players towards blend groups, they could make it so that, like I said, Assassinate having its own ecosystem, they could make it so that in Assassinate it takes far longer to actually earn the hidden bonus when you step into a blend group, because you'll know yourself from playing any mode that it takes about a second to activate the hidden bonus. So as soon as you step into a blend group, within a second you can then kill and get 300 points. So with that in mind, I think they should maybe make it 3 to 4 seconds that you have to be stood in a blend group. They could also make the amount of time that it takes for a focus to build up longer as well. What else could they do? I'm not entirely sure what else they could do, but I just want to point out right here is the major mistake I make in this game. I should have taken that grounded pioneer, because that would have been, if I could have charged the focus, that could have been worth 500 points to me. And I don't want to spoil it, but I'm going to lose by 450 points. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, why are you bringing this a game where you lose? And well, I'm bringing it to you because I thought it was, first of all, I had fun playing it. Secondly, it was actually interesting to play somebody that isn't over reliant on their abilities. And credit where credit's due, that Fire Eater has changed his playstyle, his or her playstyle. I don't know what their sex is, but yeah, I wanted to post this, so if you don't like the fact that I lost, that's tough, you know. My channel, I'll post whatever the fuck I want. So aside from talking a whole bunch of Assassinate, like how they could change things here and there, I think just a couple little tweaks here and there would actually bring back the quote-unquote ACB style. And I make another mistake here. I was anticipating that Fire Eater would go under this walkway, but he didn't. He double backed on himself. Of course, I unlocked because he was. Well, I was in a higher vantage point position, so I was just like, shit. Killing civvies isn't something that I want to be doing in a competitive or semi-competitive lobby like this. So yeah, Assassin's Creed 4. That looks pretty fucking badass, if I do say so myself. And I have played every single player from the beginning, since the first one came out, way back in late 2007, I think it was. It was actually the second game I got from my Xbox. And yeah, it looks fucking brilliant. Aside from the graphics, I think I'm not bothered about it being pirate themed. I think that could be quite interesting. With it, the storyline, the new protagonist being the father to Haytham Kenway, I think that could be interesting in terms of how the mechanics will work in terms of like free running and stuff like that. The new Assassin actually reminds me of a little bit of Ezio and Altair mixed together. Like, it's almost got that badass sort of charming sort of air about him, you know. It's like is within him that he is both of those characters. Not only that, but he's got 2 swords, and from my experience with single player and the swords, they are badass, especially with the counter kills, like in AC1 and both AC2, 3, or AC2 Brotherhood and Revelations. Like the counter kills with the sword were fucking sick, I tell you. And what's it going to be like with two swords and 4 pistols? Some of the kill animations are going to be fucking awesome. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Also, like going underwater and swimming, like actually like holding your breath. I'm looking forward to that, like having like pockets of air or like places to explore underwater, and like it's just gonna, yeah, I think this is gonna be a good AC. So there you go, there's my 450 point deficit. So if I had got that 1 kill on that Pioneer instead of going for a contested kill, well, I actually tried to drop stun the guy, but if I had taken my kill I would have possibly won this game. So anyway, I had fun playing it, I had fun commentating it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you think. So yeah, again, grats to the Fire Eater. Assassin's Creed has definitely had a positive influence on your playstyle, so I want to say thanks for watching this, guys, and I'll catch you later, YouTube.